Welcome back to Slurpathon 2022, raising money for Extra Life and the Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. I am your host for this block. My name is Akimo Kumi. If I sound a little different than the last time you heard me, don't worry about it. And up next is Zelllooo. Why don't you take it away, Zelllooo? Explain what's going on.
Thank you, Akimax. So, hi, I'm Zelllooo, however you want to say it. I am back for some more pay. We already went through some fists. We went through some guns on Thursday with Double Dragon and Doom. So, the only other way to torture myself is dance games at this point. So, I've got this giant Pump It Up machine right behind me, and we're just going to be having some fun with a little showcase for Pump It Up XX, the 20th anniversary of the mix and the current latest version of the game. I do want to give a quick shout out to Andamiro, the company who made this, because they actually just made an announcement that they are planning another game for next year, and official plans will come sometime about halfway through the year, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, with me, I have my wonderful wife, Haru, for commentary. If you'd like to introduce yourself real quick.
Hey, I'm Haru. I will be doing all the talking pretty much, so be ready to listen.
Yeah, she'll be covering it because streaming this game with an active setup takes a lot of work, and it's usually just easier if I just not have to talk since I'm going to be breathing and dying. So I'm going to let Haru pretty much take it away for commentary. I will mute my mic, and we'll go ahead and get started here.
Let's go. Okay, so as you can see, this is an arcade game. You can see we have a full giant machine at home. And you also can hear echo of me. Zero, can you please turn the mic off or something? I can hear echo.
New tunes.
Okay, should be good.
Difficulty zone. Level 1.
Let's go.
Level 16.
So Zero has a set list for this showcase. She'll be starting somewhere mid-range in the levels and gradually go higher and higher. You can see the machine, it has a big body with a screen and a dance platform. You use your feet to play this game pretty much. There are a lot of ways to play this game. Zillow's gonna start with the most basic way, playing on one side of the platform, but there is also possibility to use all the panels on the platform and play on both sides. You will see it later on today. Pump It Up has 5 panels that you can press as inputs on each side of the platform. Usually you use your feet, sometimes you use your hands, depending on the complexity of the step chart. Zillow's starting with one of the classical remix. The song is called Campanella. It's pretty recent addition, well, not so much recent addition of the game, but it's relatively new. It's been introduced a few years ago to the game. It's not the hardest song, but it's pretty cute and has some neat technical gimmicks. Usually when you play this game, you alternate your feet and press one panel at a time with whatever foot is intended. But sometimes you have to press more than one panel, 2 panels with one foot. Some people can press 3, it's very special technique. So, in Pump It Up there are different ways to make a step chart complex. It's not always about speed. Sometimes it's about complex movements like turns, sometimes it's about reading when you have visual speed changes. And like in case of this song, it's brackets, when you have to press 2 panels with 1 foot. We call it brackets. Pump It Up is pretty famous for its classic remixes. They've had classic remixes since the very first game. And they have a huge variety of themes, including commonly known themes like Beethoven Virus and some lesser known theme like Campanella we just heard. It's not so much used in other games. I see Zillow's going back in history and playing a very old song. This song was introduced at the very early age of Pump It Up, and then it was removed. during some song rotation and later on revived, and it received new step charts. As in pretty much any game, people making the content for the game, they learn with time what works, what doesn't work. So old Pump It Up step charts, they can be a very interesting experience, let's say this much. And this song received pretty much a whole new set of step charts in Fiesta 1. You can see, this is pretty interesting actually. Not very common technique in lower levels like level 16 Zelloo's playing right now. You have to hold the hold with one foot and either really quickly swap two panels with other foot or break it. Pump It Up timing windows are pretty wide compared to other dance games, so you can do a lot of things like you can see on the screen three panels really close to each other. You can pretty much do it a single jump and not a flam, and still get a curve if you time it. Also, Pump It Up has other interesting mechanics. You can see the slow notes, we call it hold notes. In other dance games such as ITG or DDR, you have to precisely time the head of the hold note. In Pump It Up, in most cases, you can place your foot on the panel in advance and it will still count as perfect. So, a lot of patterns actually emphasize it, and you can even abuse this. Sometimes if you see an arrow before the hold, you only press the arrow and stay on the hold and it still works.
Wow, you're awesome.
Sometimes makes you a life easier, sometimes it doesn't. So Zelloo started at 2 singles level 16. Pump It Up scale goes from level 1 to level 26 on singles and from level 1 to level 28 on doubles. So Zelloo started somewhere mid-range and he's only going up. What you see on your screen is not the beginner's level, so if you want to try this game, don't get scared. It does not get so fast and so complicated right away. Usually on easier step charts, you just get minimal movement, straightforward patterns, everything is logical. Then somewhere around level 7 or 8, they start introducing turns when you have to move your body in less straightforward ways. And patterns that we've seen in previous two songs, brackets, they don't get used until like level 15, 16, and they get more common around level 17, 18. So there is pretty good learning curve in this game. Really fun to play. If you have arcade around you or if you have a friend who has this game, I strongly recommend to try it. This is a very cool song. It sounds like a classical remix, but it's not, it's just original. Has pretty nice twists in it, and you can see other interesting patterns where you hold the hold and move your foot, but not as fast as in previous songs. In Pump It Up, the higher the level gets, the more techniques they put together in the same song. Like here you can see there is a slowdown in the speed. There are turns where you'll have to move his feet more widely and move parts of his body to reach. Really fun pattern where you have to pretty much face sideways and do the drill.
Wow, you're awesome.
So, let's talk a bit about music and Pump It Up.
Next stage.
There are several different categories of music you can get in this game. There are songs that were specifically made
Level
for the
18.
game.
Level 19.
All the songs Zelloo played up until now were original tunes. which means the songs were specifically composed or specifically licensed for this game. There are also, since this game is a Korean game, there's a lot of Korean music. They put it in K-pop folder, even though some of it definitely not pop. There is K-rock, K-metal. They just, for simplicity, call all of it K-pop. There is also a world music folder where they include different kind of licenses, and a cross folder where songs from Easy to Arcade and Auto Jam are used. Some of Pump It Up original songs were crossed onto those games, and some of songs from Easy to Arcade and Auto Jam were crossed to Pump It Up. They actually got really good selection, and they're all really fun. The song you're playing right now is a part of Allegro series by Dave Masher. Dave Masher is a composer based in United States, and he's making variety of music. But I think the most prominent of his songs are either electronic or classical remixes of classical sounding tunes, let's say so. This is different than the original, but it sounds very classical. Pump It Up does not limit, well, it does, but not as strictly limit the number of step charts you can have for one song. In older games, it used to be only 5 difficulties per song in arcade, and they also had another station where they could put additional step charts. By 5 step charts, I mean 3 singles and 2 doubles. Each of them had names, and they were mostly identified by names and not by difficulty. Started Fiesta 1 in 2010. They eliminated the named difficulty system, and as we see, songs can have up to 13 step charts of combined singles, doubles, co-op plays, and nowadays we identify songs by their level.
That's the way to go!
Perfect! In XX,
Wow! New record!
difficulties were changed. XX is a 20th anniversary version of this game. First release one was in 1999. And to celebrate, they did a complete haul of this game. A lot of songs were not changed in difficulty over the years, while the meta of step charting changed. So this recall was very useful. It rebalanced the difficulty level a lot. But the complication of this is it's harder to identify step chart when the difficulty was changed between the games, so some people get lost what is what. And speaking of PBs, there was server reset cup last year. There was small disaster. So what you see as PB on Zelloo's screen is most likely not his PB, but he just haven't played the song since the server reset. Or he didn't play it on 1X. This game has been around for a long time due to all the events around the world. As Zelloo mentioned, we're getting new games soon, but this mix has been around for more than 4 years, so people may get tired around it. It happens. So we find new ways to get ourselves interested. Some of the ways include playing with not common modificators. Pump It Up offers a pretty huge variety. You can change your speed, you can use different note skins. Zelloo is playing not on default note skin. This note skin was used in Easy Station in 0. You can also change the direction of scroll. There's also effects like waving around. You can also dim bottom of top part of the screen or completely hide the arrows. It's called non-step. Then you have to just memorize the step chart. There are ways to keep yourself entertained. Meanwhile, while I'm talking all the lore about the game, Zelloo moved up in levels. This is a song from J Music channel. When they tried to, at some point, Andamiro tried to introduce the game to Japanese market, so they licensed a lot of Japanese music, including Toho remixes, Last Note, lots of stuff you probably all know, like Bad Apple. Sadly, Japanese music channel did not last so long, but we got good stuff out of it. This is a really fun song. It's also complicated because you have to process the delayed brackets all the time and do complicated things as well.
I knew you could do it.
Is there anything in the nations we would like to read, or maybe some
Next
incentives?
stage.
Yes, nothing right now.
Level 21.
Oh,
Difficulty
sorry
zone,
about that.
difficulty
It's
zone.
okay.
YouTube.
I started a lot of love in the chat for Zelloo's crazy skills, obviously. But yeah, I think I will give a quick update on what's going on. This is Slurpathon. We are raising money for Extra Life, and we do have a big dono from our man Dotphase, who says, "Forgot to add in during my showcase. I'll be donating $5 for every S and above." Well, we nailed 18 out of 21 songs, so let's give this to Zelloo and Haru's Choice. $90 donation to Dotphase. Thank you so much, Dot. Appreciate you. And we do have $10 bid war or $10 requests for the next session, the 2DX Infinitas showcase. They're doing song requests for minimum donation of $10. Also open are the Octoling versus Squid Inkling choices for Splatoon 3 by Malieb, and the costume choices for Bro Far's Resident Evil 2 stream later. So get those donations in, folks. It's all going to a great cause. And I'll pass it back to you, Haru.
Thank you.
No problem.
You'll explain something we call remix in Paprika. It's a special category of songs when they take two or more songs and either mash them up together or make some kind of remix. This is more for remix type than mash type. This kind of songs is longer. It's usually between 2.5 minutes and like 3.5, 4 minutes. Normal arcade songs range between minute 20 and 220 nowadays. So remixes take longer to play, but to compensate for that you need to spend hearts from your heart bank. There's heart bank. At the start you get 5 hearts. If you get an A grade on normal song, you will get 1 heart back. So usually you can play up to 4 songs in 1 credit. But if you choose to play longer songs like Zelloo's playing remix right now, or he will be playing a full song later, those require more hearts, so you can play less of those songs during credit. Since it's an arcade game, they need to somehow balance the length of each game so people can take turns. Also, speaking of arcade game, you can see Zelloo has to he gets game over screen and has to start his game every once in a while. That's because Pump It Up is not targeted for home users. It's targeted for arcade play, and if you have a home machine, you either play the same way in credits or you play in event mode, 1 song per reload, but it won't take the points. Event mode is usually used for tournaments. This is going really good. I did not pay attention at the beginning. Let's see if he actually gets S, and I will tell you a bit about great in this game. Wow!
You're awesome.
Full combo on level 22.
Wow.
And reminder,
New record.
singles go only up to level 26, so this is very high end.
Incredible.
It's a really good score. This step chart is complex.
Next
It has
stage.
all types of things you can do. You have to drill fast, you have to read slow, you have to break it, you have to turn. Very complex.
YouTube.
Amazing.
User difficulty.
So,
Level
as I
1.
mentioned,
Level
let's
3.
talk a bit about great in this game. When you get your result screen, you can see a huge letter that indicates your grade. There are triple S when you get only perfects, double S when you get perfects and grades, simple S if you get anything but misses. Then it goes below from here, A, B, C, D, and F. Grades are a bit complicated in Pump It Up. Both grading formula and scoring formula are not quite as evident in some other games, so it may be confusing at the beginning, but the more you play the game, the more you start to understand how exactly it works, and you can predict what grade you will get, or how close your score will be to what you would like to get. Can you beat your previous score or not? In Pump It Up, usually in arcades, they set gameplay to stage break off, which means you can you can get like a lot of meters, drop your life bar to 0 and still continue to play the song until the end. It's different from some other games. Sometimes though they have break on, and if you drop your life bar to 0, it will be automatic game over right there. To indicate if you dropped your life bar or if you didn't, they introduced in XX broken grade. So if you see the grade is bright blue or red or yellow, it means you did not drop your life bar. But if the grade is gray and looks like a broken stone, it means your life bar went down to 0. In missions you even can get broken triple S. It looks really funny. It happens if you don't get any presses registered at all. Say if mission has only items that you have to press. Missions is a whole separate story. They can do a lot of things that are not common in arcades. There are items to use, lots of modifications not available. They also have requirements, so there's a lot to do. It's also really hard. Fun fact about this song. The PGA was made by a contest winner. And then there are sometimes called contests for music and for characters. And this BGA was made by winner of one of those contests. It's really cute. The song is not easy though. It has a lot of jumps and very high speed.
Game over.
Yes, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna comment that it is really cute. I agree. it's a great PGA.
Yeah, it's pretty cute. It has references to other songs by the same composer, Nato. It's not the same. It's not the same Nato as in some of the money games. It's Nato without Korean composer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they license their music to Endemir a lot. I think they were even somewhat of in-house composer at some point. In the meantime, Zelllooo is moving to a different mode of gameplay. He's gonna play doubles from now on. So you can see the difficulty circle changed from orange color to green color. It indicates that you're playing double. Now you see the step zone on top of the screen takes all the land, and Zelllooo took both bars and played on both sides of the platform.
I've seen doubles being played a number of times in Pump It Up, and it doesn't matter how many times I see it or how simple the chart is. Just the concept of playing doubles in a game like this always blows my mind. It's incredible.
Yeah, it can get some time to get used to it because you need to not get lost, especially in the transitions between platforms in the middle 4 panels. But once you get to understand doubles, it's really fun to play. Probably the most fun mod in Pump It Up. So Zelloooo's playing another original song. It was introduced in Fiesta, and it has interesting visual gimmick. You can see on screen arrows stop and then start moving again. In Pump It Up, actually stops are a bit weird compared to other games because most of the times the arrows stop right on step zone, and it's hard to visually tell when they will go again. So you have to listen to music or you have to memorize. In DDR, they usually stop below, so you have slow time to react. Let's say so. I know a lot of people experiencing troubles when they first see stops in Pump It Up and they don't know what to do. This is a very cool
You're
start.
awesome.
Has some really fun movements, not so common in
Next
mid-range,
stage.
when you have to reach pretty far from one side to another, and those stops are not easy. Take some time to learn.
Level 15. Level
A lot of
18.
things in Pump It Up and require some learning how to do it or memorizing the stuff. So not everything in Pump It Up is sight readable, and it's okay if you can't sight read something. Don't get sad or discouraged. Even top players, they take some time to learn stuff.
Makes sense. And I imagine a lot of players are folks coming over from DDR who maybe their local arcade doesn't have a DDR machine, or they just want to learn a new rhythm game, and the kind of minor differences, I guess, could probably be a bit of a learning curve, but
Yeah, there is a learning curve, but it gets easier, especially if you set your mind that Pump It Up is no DDR and just learn it from the blank list pretty much.
makes sense, makes sense.
I think this is the first cross song Zelllooo is playing today. So as I mentioned, some songs were crossed from different ring games, and this one is actually pretty well known. It's House Plan, composed by Cosmograph and the alias House Plan. I think they also made PGA. It's a pretty cool PGA. It describes their day, how they crunch to make the PGA and music. Yeah, it's really fun. People also really like this song. It has fun chart, but the difficulty is not very high. Double Zelloo's playing is the hardest step chart for the song right now. It's double 18, so somewhere mid-range in the difficulty scale. But not every song has to be like the difficult one. There's a variety of difficulties. Some songs only have easy difficulties. Some songs have the lowest difficulty is really high, like Ultimatum starts lowest difficulty is single 17. We call that kind of songs boss songs because they intended for players with experience and players who just started usually can't play those.
Record.
But you get better, you get access to more songs, and then you get bored of songs with only easy difficulties. That's how it goes.
Yeah, it's true, it's true.
I guess it's how for every game.
Next stage.
Yeah, I imagine so. Also, incredible full combo there.
Yeah, Zelllooo is used to full combo, and
Level 18. Level 19.
but this one is pretty tricky to full combo. There were some sorts of closer located notes, those are 24th notes, so you have to go a bit faster, and some pretty tricky turns at the end. Nice gameplay. Here we got another cross song from Auto Jam this time. It's a cool headache song. A bit faster, at 175 BPM. The step chart is not too bad. Pretty good to learn some slight movements, but not too much movement. I think it's gonna be good rest for you, let's say so. Also, you can see the notes are stuttering on the screen. Don't get scared. Bitrate is okay. What you see on the screen is the same as Zelllooo sees on the screen. They like to add stuttering gimmicks to some songs. There are a couple songs, one of them you will see later on, that have every note stuttering, so it can be difficult to read at first, but you get used to it. Yeah, they find various ways to make your life hard and pump it up. Small bracket bursts. Those arrows you can see, you don't have to jump fast, you have to press 2 pedals, 1 hold and center with 1. When I just started back in the next days, we didn't know how to process brackets and we jumped all of that stuff. Those were the days. It was fun to see how the meta of the game evolved over the years, and players who started way later than we did, they process things completely different. And you start thinking, why do I read it like this when you can read it differently? But
Yeah.
fighting muscle memory is not a good thing. If you used to do something in a certain way, just keep doing it that way, even if it's wrong. If it works for you, if you don't break your combo,
Perfect.
keep going.
Yeah.
And here
Wow,
you
new
got
record.
triple S, full perfect combo.
Incredible.
Yeah, in Pump It Up,
Next stage.
it's more important to not get misses, to keep your combo as long as you can, or have an accuracy, because
Level
scoring
19,
is
level 18.
more
Level 20.
concentrated more on how well you combo and not on how little grades you get. So it may be better to get like 20 grades full combo or double S than get 1 grade and 1 miss and your score will be lower probably.
Interesting.
Yeah, also S, double S and triple S grades, they offer you a score bonus as incentive to get your full combo. Pump It Up scoring is pretty complicated, as I said before. So, this song is very funny. It's called D, and Zelllooo is playing difficulty D20, and you also can see little D letters in the step chart. It says D, 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 D. There's also a song called FFF, and it has step chart where it spells F multiple times. Yeah, Korean team likes to add some troll things here and there, or mean things. It's not a very complex step chart, but you have to read it. It's not trivial, let's say so. Once you get used to read those jumps and you know when to fly from one side to the other side, it's pretty easy. I think it's one of the easiest songs in level 20 doubles. Just because it doesn't have so many steps, so it doesn't require stamina. In Pump It Up, different skills matter. So some people are good at foot speed, in stamina they usually come from ITG. Some people who started playing earlier like me, they good with more turny stuff or more tricky stuff when you have to read weird things or weird gimmicks. But if you want to progress in this game and play higher levels, you should train all the skills and get more balance. Sadly, Zelllooo missed one of the jumps at the very end, so he's getting an A.
Yeah, it's still a really good score.
Yeah.
I mean,
He got almost all ones, should have gotten one more bad.
New record.
Yeah, sometimes when you just don't get perfect score or the score you wanted, you just start memeing and getting full set of numbers. Or
Game over.
yeah. You
once,
gotta make your own fun, right?
yeah, Zelllooo once played a song, got 0 misses and got grade F because he mostly got good and bad and great and not perfect. Even though with 0 misses he's supposed to get grade S.
Online match difficulty zone
So,
level
yeah.
1.
Sometimes
Level
we meme.
21.
We like to have fun with this game.
Just a reminder that we are raising money for Extra Life, and that all of our funds go to the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. In our case, it's the Alberta Children's Hospital, which gets that money as unrestricted funds, which means that the hospital can use it however it sees fit. And that makes sure that the money gets used in the most efficient way possible. It's not pigeonholed into something for kind of arbitrary reasons or administrative reasons. It ends up being the money you donate to this to the charity is going to be used as well as it can be. So it's going to have maximum effect. So we do have a lot of great incentives coming up. We've got song request for the 2DX Infinitas showcase by Sparkover coming up next. Minimum donation of $10 for a song request. There's some great songs in there. We have a song list in the chat if there's a command for it. I think it's song list, exclamation point song list. And then after that we've got, we're also doing a bid war for Inkling versus Octoling in Splatoon 3 by Lee, and for the costume choice for tonight's Resident Evil 2 run. Those both can be incredible runs, as is the 2DX showcase, so make sure you keep tuned in and make sure you donate. And yeah, I'll hand it back to you.
This is actually a really fun PGA. If you notice all the small characters on the seats, those are Endemiro avatars. They use them for accounts when this song was released and several games later. So it's pretty cute. It features lots of characters from different songs and also just unique characters. This step chart is,
I knew you could do it.
let's say it's an experience. It was made long time ago in NX era, so modern players may find the
Next
turns are very
stage.
weird and have troubles reading them. But I think it's fun. Zelllooo likes it too. Sometimes weird stuff is the good stuff.
Level
At
21,
least
level
good for
22.
you. Not everyone likes weird stuff.
It's good to have a little bit of variety in there. You know, it would
Yeah.
be boring if everything was the same high technical modern chart. You know.
Yeah, and Zelllooo is showing us a variety in really different step charts for the showcase. The one he's playing right now, it has very interesting gimmick where you drill and you have to hold the hold and move your feet fast from it, still doing the stream. You will see what I mean in just a bit. But it's not easy to do, let's say so. It starts pretty mellow and then it goes harder and harder. Also, it's another cross song, but I don't think it was so much known. Pump It Up holds, aside from needing to only be pressed, like if you can press them in advance, aside from that, they have tick count, so it means they can give you different amount of perfect depending on what step maker decided to do with it. And here's the part I mentioned about drills and going into holds and moving your feet really fast. Very tricky. But yeah, if you drop holds and pump it up, it's not like in VDR you just get one miss. You may get up to a couple hundred misses and get thrown out of the game. This game has a limit. If you get 51 misses in a row, 51 miss combo, you get thrown out of your credit no matter if stage break is set on or off. I guess it's just measure to stop you from failing. I don't know. That's how it is. One more turn at the end. And it's a nice full combo. Also a reminder.
Absolutely
Oh,
perfect.
it's actually a full perfect combo. Nice.
Right on.
Wow, new
Level
record.
22, very tricky step chart. It's really good result. And-
Zelllooo absolutely killing it.
Jeez.
Next
Jeez.
stage.
He's a really high level player. And a reminder, if you play active games, don't forget to hydrate. It's important. Don't forget to breathe and don't forget to drink your water.
Always crucial.
Zillow's listening to me and hydrating.
Level 22, level 23.
Yes, he can hear me, but we can't hear what he's saying. And I'm so enthusiastically hydrating, I spilled my water all over myself. Good job, me.
You're just hydrating other stuff too.
This song has a very interesting story about it. It was released in current game in XX, but it was planned for game before for Prime. But they either forgot about it or they had some hiccups licensing this song, so it was delayed between production and release for 5 or 6 years. It took a long time, so we joke a lot about this song. It was also last song for the step maker who made most of the step charts. So we joke and we finally can send him to his retirement. This step chart is actually made by a different person and was added to the song later. In latest games, Pump It Up has a system of recurring patches. They add content, they fix possible problems. XX has probably around 20 patches. They add between 5 and 9 songs every patch, so you get additional content all the time. It's a very good deal for, considering you get free updates for 4 years, and you don't have to pay anything aside from the price for the hard drive at the very beginning. We can get into more higher level territory on doubles. This is level 23, and you can see there is way more arrows. This step chart is actually pretty heavy on fast 30 streams, but it's not like the hardest, somewhere mid-level. Really cute foxes in the background. I like the watercolor style. Pump It Up has a background, unique background for most of the arcade land songs. Sometimes it's just simple generic objects, sometimes it's something animated and hand-drawn like this. I really think it adds a lot to the character, and you're not just hearing music, you're also having a visual experience, and it's also good for when people watch you in arcade. Attracts more attention. At some point, we had an option to completely turn off the background. The screen would be full dark, and nowadays they replace the background off with the background dark. So Zelllooo has background dark activated. It means you see the background not at full brightness. Some backgrounds are really flashy and bright, and it gets in the way of reading arrows, so most players prefer to turn background dark. And Zelllooo was only 1 miss away from another full perfect combo.
Level 23, level 24, over!
Moving up another level, playing double 24. This song was introduced in XX, and it's relatively new for Pump composer Apple Soda. Pretty good songs sound a bit classical. This step chart was introduced very late in lifespan of the game. It was added in one of updates. It's really hard. What you see on the screen may not look hard because you see it here, you don't have to move, but once you start actually moving, what looks easy on the screen becomes much harder. That's one of the difficulties of the song. One of the difficulties of Pump It Up. You not only have to process, but you also have to move your body, and the more you move, the more your brain gets tired, and you have to fight not only complicated reading, but also your own fatigue. This game is a good workout. You can use it for cardio. I know a lot of people do it for cardio.
Yeah, I know a decent number of people who it's like They're like a cardio thing that they do is pump because it is like a good. It's like a paced cardio workout. You're not constantly working out. If you're doing it at your local arcade or something and you're switching off after each song, you have a little bit of a break to drink some water and stuff like that. It's not as exhausting as doing like a 10K or whatever.
You also get the bonus of good music, or sometimes not so good music.
That's true, that's true.
This game just introduced Mope Mope, and a lot of people have very controversial opinions about Mope Mope. It's a meme song. It starts very cute and then it goes 200 BPM jump scare really hard. Really buzz. Zelllooo does not like that song, so he's not gonna play it. Some of the older stuff also has controversial lyrics because Koreans not always understand English well.
Oh, yeah, of course. That can lead to problems.
Well, gladly nowadays players will react and tell Endemir, don't do that, change the lyrics. So we mostly avoid such cases. So this was a level 24, and Zelllooo only got 8 misses and only 10 grades. Very good, and very high combo, more than 700 combo. It's not easy, very not easy.
Yeah, the chart alone is pretty apparent how difficult that is. Oh my god.
It's also pretty fast, it's 170 something BPM.
Game over.
Like, the more you play, the higher your comfort BPM becomes, but many people cap at like 150, 160. Some people cap at 180, and getting into 200 and comprehend what's going on and being able to meaningfully press the arrows at 200 it requires a lot of practice. Not just foot speed, but also brain speed.
Yeah. I imagine it's kind of easy to get tripped up and then you're completely off rhythm.
Well, most pump it up step charts are made in a way that they have logic to it, so if you get lost at some point you can find yourself and continue. There's like entry points in pump it up. Either it's a break in stream, or it's some kind of jump, or it's just you find a logic and pattern and you know you have to turn this way on when you see this combination of arrows. It all comes with experience.
Of course. And actually, I'm going to interject real quick here because it looks like we just broke $2,000.
Hype!
Yeah, thanks to a generous donation from Ben Kersner for $100. Holy cow. Thank you so much, Ben. If you want that to go towards a specific reward or incentive, please let us know in the chat. But thank you so much for the generous donation. That's awesome. It's going to a great cause.
And now Zelllooo explained longer song. It's what we call a full song. It's either a full version ever made for this song or a much longer cut than arcade. This song is in Tagalog, it's really funny. And people who speak Tagalog say some of the lyrics don't even make sense. It's made by Dasu. Dasu songs are really interesting and they're really popular in Pump It Up. We have 2 of them, Nakakapagpabaw Gabag and 86. 86 is way more popular, but they both have a similar gimmick. You can see every arrow pretty much stutters. So they go brr, 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 brr. This is the same what you see on the screen is the same as Zelllooo sees on Switch screen. And another gimmick for these 2 songs is they emphasize heavily holding hold and pressing several arrows in a row with another foot. So you pretty much have to move one of your feet fast while your other foot stays in place. Not easy. Get sometimes to get used to it, but it's getting more common since they introduced Nakakapag in Prime 2. These patterns come up more often nowadays, so more people will get play it, it's getting easier. But I remember when Nakapag was first released, it took me like 50 tries to understand what's going on and figure out how to do it. Not easy. This is a very cool song. I think very few people don't like it.
Zelloo's celebrating us making over 2K for charity by doing over 2K in combo.
Indeed. Bonus of full songs, you get more steps, so you can get much higher combo. Sure. Let's see how fast you can hold this combo. Small break in the song. Fun visual effect when you don't have to press those arrows. They use some kind of engine warps to show you arrows, but they fake. You don't need to press them. It's happening more often nowadays in pump charts. Before it was only used in missions. Some people don't like it, like they say it's overdoing it. I think it's pretty cool once in a while here and there. And the arrows in this song say 86, which is the song name. Cute. There's also a song called Heat where the arrows spell heat.
That's cool.
Yeah. They like doing stuff like this. Also, a pretty complicated thing they do in this song. What I mentioned before about not needing to press the head of the hold, you can see right in this part, where you only does two step with one foot instead of jumping every once in a while when he sees a hold. You don't need to jump here, you have to just press the arrows. Very tricky one to execute. It may not look hard, it's not very stamina heavy, but as you said at the beginning, it's brain heavy. You have to think. And I think he got a full combo. Big hold at the end, you have to hold it. Nice.
You're awesome.
Nice. Yeah, exactly 4,000 combo, only 3 breaks. The song is 3.5 or 4 minutes. That's a lot of time to keep concentrated.
It is.
Good job. Really
Plus
good job.
we said $2,000 for a 2,000 combo for 2,000. I mean, he did a 4,000 combo, so I mean, chat. You know what you got to do. You got to get in on those donations. You got to rise to the occasion that Zelloo brings us here.
Let's go, chat. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Come on. Song request.
User difficulty zone double. Level 1.
Yes, that is Zelloo does not like to take requests during showcases. He has his own program. He knows what he's gonna showcase, what he's gonna do.
That's a totally valid way of doing a showcase for sure. You want to having a curated set list is a great way of doing it because that way you're avoiding kind of some of the more chaotic stuff that can happen in a marathon setting.
Sorry about that. Clanking. Meanwhile, Zelloo is moving even more higher up in difficulty. He's playing a Japanese song, Just Hold On by Void. And it's a level 25. This step chart is known for having a lot of arrows. It's a very long run and then you have to process brackets at the end. Not easy. It's good if you have a lot of stamina, if you're good at long streams, like if you had ITG practice possibly. But if you just started with pump, it may be complicated because you need to go. It does not stop, you just go and go and go from the beginning to the end. This song is also famous for bracket runs where you have to run from one side to another, pressing with each foot 2 panels every step.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. There will be 2 of those. There will be one around 500 combo and one at the very end. Maybe not 500, maybe a bit more. So we're getting a pretty slow beginning, we're getting slow drill right here. just to get started into the song. Here we go. Here's the run. Yeah, it might just look like a huge pile of arrows if you're not used to processing this stuff. Small, somewhat break, slower, slow down. Getting ready to faster pattern right here. This song has also very cute PGA with the character Diona. You can watch most of background videos for Pump It Up on YouTube. They either were ripped from the game or they were posted by Endemir on their official YouTube channel. And here we go, big run coming with brackets. Yeah, you can look at the camera and see what Zelloo's doing on the pad camera. How specifically he turns his feet to press 2 panels. At some point, Endemir redesigned the platform. Before they used to have metal brackets in the corners of every panel, so it was harder to press 2 panels with 1 foot, but then they redesigned the platform, removed the brackets, and now much more step charts use brackets because the platform allows to do it much easier. That was pretty close call, but still a good run. You see the blue A, so it means Zelloo did not dock his life bar to 0. Nice play! It's level 25, only 3 levels below the hardest song in this game. I'm not sure if Zelloo's going to extend his showcase a bit, or he's just gonna go straight into the last song. Let's see. In chat they say, rooted all the breaks and the drills. Yeah, if Gargoyle Full is a special step chart. It lasts 6 minutes and it has 16 slot stream from the beginning to very end without any stops. And when you get to drills from runs, it's actual break because you don't have to move, you just stay in place. Just fun fact about Pump It Up. So I think we're pretty much on time here, and Zelloo is gonna proceed to his last song. This song is called 1950. Some people say it has references to events in Korean history. Some people, including the composer, say it's just random name. We don't know. The BGA is pretty evil. It shows what you two about to see. This is a boss song. The lowest double for this is 22, and the lowest single is what, like 16, 17. It's a hard one, and it's also really hardcore music. Lots of drums, probably some guitar solo, yay. Let's root for Zelloo. Let's give him some energy, because this is level 27, almost one of the hardest songs in the game. Very hard, very complicated. Zelloo is very brave to show it to us.
Let's get some hype in the chat for 1950.
Energy for Zelloo, let's go!
Yeah.
Well, if I end up passing away, you'll know why, but thank you everyone for coming for this. It's always a fun to show this off. We'll just play through 1950 and hopefully I'll have some energy left over.
I'll carry you out of the room if you pass out, don't worry. Yeah, I'm just confined to another room so I don't interfere with gameplay sound. But I'm still here at the same house. This is just a lot of arrows. There's a lot going on in here. A lot of brackets, a lot of slams. Very fast runs. The BPM of the song is 200, so Zelloo has to move very, very fast. There are also some parts that not many players can do it, and Zelloo probably gonna resolve some meshing strats at the very end. in Bump It Up, when you have a break in the song or when you have a lot of faults, you should try to keep your life bar up, catch up on life bar so you can stage pass the song. I think Zelllooo is going for an A. This is very hard to stage pass and he started at this point. Here's his recovery hold, another recovery hold. You can see his life bar went up straight away and very fast. Step makers actually plan for this, so they give you holds to recover your life bar. Not always. In some step charts, whatever you press is all yours. No free perfects. Some passions here. Chicken strats. Another fall break. I know it doesn't look like a break, but this is a break. Getting closer to an end. Go, 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 Zelllooo. Go. Another bracket run at the very end. And here we go, let's use a grade. It's an A, good job. Very good job. You can notice there is no machine best. XX is set up in the way that if you don't stage pass the song, don't get the colored grade, it won't record as machine best. So it's one of the incentives to try and stage pass your songs. Not easy though, great job.
Incredible work, Zelllooo. I can't stress that enough, I know. Sounds like a broken record, but every time I watch the Rhythm Game Showcase, it doesn't matter which rhythm game, it's always incredible stuff at Slurpathon. But Zelllooo really taking it to a whole step above that. And I think that's all for this block. Any closing remarks, Haru or Zelllooo?
Yeah, ow. So, again, thank you everyone who came. Shout outs to the Pump It Up community. Shout outs to Anamiro for making an awesome game. Shout outs to all the staff working hard for Slurpathon. Really appreciate everyone's effort every year after year to raise money. It didn't look like it, but I'm actually pretty out of shape with this game, and it made that last song so much harder. The closest I have gotten to passing 1950 is getting to the last two measures.
Oh,
it is
geez.
incredibly difficult, and I was just gassed out because, hey, playing for an hour is kind of hard.
Yeah, no one's surprised there, that's for sure.
But yes, big shout outs to everyone. Thank you, Haru, for commentating. Thanks, Omax, for being here for hosting. That's going to do it for me for Slurpathon. Haru, you have anything left to say?
Thank you, Zelllooo, for amazing showcase. It was a great watch. And thanks to everyone who donated for a great cause. Now, get excited for Sparko.
Yes,
Yeah.
please watch Sparko.
Big hype. Coming up next is Sparko with 2DX Infinitas, and that is going to be amazing. $10 minimum donation for song requests during that run. I have been Akimo Kumi, and I'll be back tomorrow with Inscription. That's the name of the game I speedrun. It's definitely me. But for now, I'm going to pass it on, and I'll also be hosting again during Splatoon. But for now, I'm going to pass the hosting duties off to Rujasu, and enjoy 2DX Infinitas, and stick around. We got a lot more great games coming up.